Welcome to the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast, the show where real estate investors talk strategy, capital, deals, and growth with your host, Dave Dubeau.
Zooming in from Dallas-Fort Worth is Vincent Gethings, and Vincent is a very accomplished real estate entrepreneur in the multifamily space. He's become so proficient at it that Jake and Gino, the famous Jake and Gino, they actually had him take over their whole training program. So he's running that in addition to his portfolio. So Vince, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Yep. Thanks, Dave.
So give me a little snapshot of what real estate investing looks like for you as of May 2026.
We are going through I would say probably our third iteration of what our enterprise looks like. And we are going from more standard like syndication firm that we've been doing since 2020. And we're not now moving into a family office that's fully vertically integrated. Every part of the process, cradle to grave, is going to be in-house. So that is what we're building toward now. We have roughly about 200 million AUM now here in the DFW market, and we're pushing to $1 billion. And we're going to do that inside of this new family office structure that we're constructing at the moment.
Okay, so what does that actually mean? Family, because my understanding of family office is super high net worth family, has tons of cash, needs to hire a bunch of people to put that cash out. So they aren't necessarily raising capital, they're just deploying their own capital into opportunities. Is that what you're going to focus 100% on, or are you going to be raising capital still as well?
Both. So right now we still run the syndication model, but we're doing more and more JVs with me and my partner through the family office structure. But right now we are going to be, we still have some syndications that we run, 506B, 506C syndications, and we're slowly doing more JVs together with just our capital. The family office that we have, I have 6 companies myself. My partner, he has probably 10. I think I lose count sometimes, what he has himself. So our whole structure is we have these companies that, I have home service companies, flooring, insulation, things like that, as well as the education platform. All of those produce the cash flow that funnel into the multifamily. So with us combining our forces and creating a family office together, we can accelerate that dramatically. With the scale that comes with that and the cross utilization collaboration with the back office resources, and you're talking about the ultra high net worth. As we get into those realms, that we can start hiring on very smart people and that can run not just individual companies, but they can run all of our companies and things like that. So that's what we're setting up now. Cool. Really focus on those cash flowing businesses and pump all of that cash flow into multifamily, because we both love multifamily. I'm not shifting focus off of multifamily. We're just doing it in a more efficient manner that makes sense for where we want to go.
Very, very good. So you got into multifamily, I think you said in 2020, kind of starting to get...
2016 is when I got
2016. All right. So quite some time. A lot of people in the space have taken a real kicking over the last few years. Yeah. Has that those market challenges affected you guys in any way, or has it been fairly smooth sailing for you?
Definitely affected, but we are weathering this storm, and we're in DFW. Dallas-Fort Worth is not immune to this, the havoc that's the Sun Belt is reaching or experiencing right now. We're probably faring better than Houston, definitely better than Austin. So we're doing better, the big threes, big 3, big 4 cities in Texas, but we're not immune to it. Rents here are on average about 15% down. Expenses are about 10% up. So our NOI compression's 20% off our mark. However, we're weathering the storm better than most. And I will say that because of the principles that we follow. I'm a product of Wheelbarrow Profits. So buy right, finance right, manage right. We live it, breathe it. It's how we built our portfolio. And one of those structures is, the finance right. We only do low leverage, long-term fixed rate debt. So my team did not get caught up in the floating rate, high leverage
Wow,
bridge loans.
good.
Like we completely sidestepped that. There was a lot of smart people, smarter than me, that were talking very intelligent, like, oh, the rates can't stay this high for long. We can't service the national debt and blah, blah, blah. And like very sound theses. But I was like, I don't understand it. We're going to go long-term, low leverage.
Yeah, I want to know exactly how much my payment's going to be.
Yep. So that's what we did. Mostly non-recourse on all of our assets. My average LTV on my portfolio is like 62%.
Wow.
So am I getting the best ROE? Probably not, but I'm sleeping a lot better at night than, a lot of other people in this market.
Yeah.
We haven't lost investor capital. We haven't done a capital call from investors. Cash flow is really tight right now. But again, we're weathering the storm, and it is prime buying season right now in Texas. So we're positioned, because we were able to manage through this storm, in this soft market, we haven't lost any of our investors and stuff like that. That now, we're looking at deals that are 30 to 70% below their last transaction price. So we're in aggressive acquisition mode right now, trying to scoop up these deals as they're getting foreclosed, or a lot of REO properties and things like that. So that is, so the market has affected us, but because of how our portfolio is positioned, we're really postured to crush it in, the rest of 26 and 27 here.
Yeah, well, that is fantastic. Congratulations. Smart. So it sounds like you are a product of the system that you now own. Would that be fair to say? The whole Wheelbarrow Profits? Like, tell me just briefly that story, like how you got involved in all of this.
Yeah, so I joined as a member of the community in 2018. I had 20 units, and so most people that join, this community have already had some exposure to real estate. So I had 20 units, hit the plateau, couldn't figure out how to get past that. So that's why I joined. And 2020, I came back as a coach. They asked me to be a coach because I was getting some traction. So in 2020, I was coaching. So pretty much the last 5 or 6 years. In 2025, they called me and approached me, and they said, "Hey, you're crushing it. Like, would you want to take the reins on this thing?" And I wasn't even on my bingo card at all that, even having an education platform at all. I was just kind of focused on running Tri-City, and Black Sand, my companies. And, when you get the call like that, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to say no, and we'll figure it out. So, super grateful for the opportunity to take the reins of the company and the community. And so it's been a little over a year now, with me here, and still trying to figure it all out, but it's going well. We created some new products, new events, switching gears a little bit on some things, but the underlying DNA of the fundamentals, the principles, how we teach, what principles we focus on is, it's not changing.
Hey there, if you're a capital raiser, a syndicator, or a fund manager, and you're looking for a steady flow of incoming accredited investor leads, then go ahead, grab a free copy of my new book, How to Get 20 Accredited Investor Meetings Every Month Without Cold Calling, Networking, or Chasing People. You can get that at 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com. Again, that's the number 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com.
So we were chatting a little bit offline before we started the interview about Wheelbarrow Profits. What is that name? Where does that come from?
Yeah. So the story I got from Jake was, Jake and Gino were at Jake's house, and they were in his garden or something, and they were trying to figure out. They had the framework: buy right, finance right, manage right. And they were trying to figure out like some, analogy or something. And then I guess there was a wheelbarrow there, and they're like, all right, well, your buy right is a fixed leg. You can only buy the price once. Once that decision gets made, then you're stuck, right? So you have to buy right the first time. You only get one shot buying right. Finance right is another fixed leg. Like once you sign that loan, you're stuck with it, right? That's what you got. And then the manage right is the wheel. It's the ongoing process of you just iterating, getting better, actually creating the profit, creating the equity is through the managing of the assets. And I think that's what we do better than pretty much everybody that I've seen in the education space. Is a lot of people are out there, a lot of other programs, and not to throw rocks or anything like that, but a lot of them are teaching people how to raise capital and buy deals. but they don't teach you what to do after that. And that's what we're really, really good at, is teaching the manage right portion, actually how to set up a business plan and execute it and work through soft markets and things like this, and be fast at adapting and being able to weather the storm. And, it's working out for us, and we have tons of buying opportunity for people that, they raised the capital and handed the keys to a third-party property manager and thought they were going to be on a beach drinking Mai Tai, and they probably were in 2020 to 2023. And then the market got soft, and they didn't really know how to manage their way through that. So that's where that analogy comes from. And that's what I inherited. And so that's what we're working with.
So it sounds like you, I don't know how you got enough hours in the day, man. So you've got a significant portfolio under management. It sounds like you're vertically integrated. So you're doing your own management there. You got 2 or 3 other companies, plus now you got the whole education side of things. And I'm sure quite a few students in that platform as well. So what have been some of the tips or tricks you've learned over the years to manage multiple businesses well, all at the same time?
We focus a lot on traction. So, the book and the concept EOS has been around for quite a while now. But that has been, every company runs off of traction. We all do our quarterlies, our level 10s every week, our pulse checks. And we're pretty strict on running traction across all companies. And then because each company runs that, when we start scaling and collaborating, every company is running off the same operating system. So if I have to pull somebody from this company and bring them over here, or promote somebody up to, hey, you're going to be now a GM over 2 companies, they don't have to learn a new language. Like, we all do the same things across all the companies. And now that we're, me and my partner are combining forces at the family office level and building that up, he runs traction too. So we're all running the same system, and all the same language, and they know what level 10s are, and they know what the rocks are. That we use the same Monday.com and Slack, and we all use the same tech stack. Software. So it makes it really, really easy to scale. So running a traction type of setup has been really, really good, and sticking to it, which is the hard part, is getting it set up, getting the adoption. But once you get that and everybody runs off of that system, it runs a lot smoother. Delegating, we use a lot of international help and employees. That helps a lot as well, because we can get 2 or 3 from wherever, the Philippines or South America or wherever, the price of one person here. So that helps us out, scaling as well.
Yeah,
it's being able to kill it. So
if people aren't familiar with Traction, is that a book? Is that a program? Is that a software?
It's actually both. So Gino Wickman, I'm looking at the book right now. So it's Gino Wickman is the author. The book is called Traction. You're going to want to get 2 books. He's turned it into a whole ecosystem. But if you get only 2, get Rocket Fuel and Traction. So the Rocket Fuel is for the founder. And a lot of the people listening to this, they're going to want this book as well. And what it does is it does a really good job explaining between the visionary and the integrator roles. And a lot of us, have this issue of, we're the visionaries, but we can't get anything done. And we definitely can't get anything finished. And we don't know why. And it's because we're trying to do both. We're trying to be the visionary and the integrator. And those are completely 2 different personalities, skill sets, and everything like that. And so that's a pretty big aha moment of this is what I'm missing, is I'm the visionary and I need an integrator. I need somebody that has that personality. So finding an integrator is going to be very important. And then Traction is how you set up your businesses to run. And then there's some other books as well. I've read them, but those are the 2 big ones. And then the ecosystem, there is an online training course I believe he has as well. And some free apps and stuff like that to help facilitate, setting it up. And then I think you can hire an integrator. I think they're fairly expensive, but you can hire a Traction certified integrator to come in and help you set up and train your team to do that. So I think we did it one time years ago in 2021. we hired one or two to come in, but once it was set up, we run it, ourselves now.
Nice. Yeah. Really, really smart. Well, as we're wrapping up our conversation here, Vince, who are you looking to connect with these days?
The people that I want to connect with, our ideal avatar for Wheelbarrow as I continue to kind of grow in that community is going to be people that have some exposure to real estate. They've done a couple deals and they get it. They got the real estate bug, but they're stuck. Maybe they're stuck on their second or third house, or they got, one small apartment complex or something like that, and they don't know how to scale. And they're looking to accelerate that path to scale and, connect with people and network with people to help them get there faster and the right way. That's our core avatar, is people that have done a little bit of real estate and they want to scale. That's who we connect with the best over at Wheelbarrow. That's who we're the best at helping. Our community has, our stats are insane, like $5 billion in assets acquired through the community and over 90,000 units. So our success rate is unmatched. So if that is any of the people listening, we love to connect with you and love to help you get over that plateau of those first couple of units and actually building a business that can weather storms like we're here in 2026 and build a very resilient portfolio.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of proof in the pudding there, because you started off with 20 units and scaled up very, very quickly, and in a couple of years became one of their starter coaches, and now you own the whole platform. So that's very, very cool. So if people want to connect with you, Vince, what's the best way for them to do that?
Instagram will probably be the easiest, and a lot of people have Instagram. So just follow me on Instagram and shoot me a DM on there saying, "Hey, I heard you on Dave's podcast. I'd like to know more or see what you got going on." That would be me personally. I don't have a team of people, watching that channel. So if you find me on Instagram and DM me there, you'll connect with me personally.
Fantastic. And they can also visit the website now that we understand what Wheelbarrow Profits is all about. So Is that wheelbarrowprofits.com?
That's it.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, hey, Vince, it's been great getting to know you. Congratulations on your success. Wish you all the best with this family office setup. That sounds very exciting. And keep up the good work with your portfolio and with the educational platform as well.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
All right, everybody, take care, and we will see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Property Profits Podcast. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, apply at daveinterviews.com.